Welcome to the Stardust website. Stardust is a little one-man operation that I own and operate, located in Austin, Texas. And if by chance you are a potential investor in oil and gas exploration or want to hear about the potential for investing in oil and gas exploration, please allow me to pitch you on a couple of things we got going on. The first is our lease bank. Um, we are looking for $100,000 to fund the leasing of a prospect that my partner John Selby has identified through detailed geological work in an area in the northern portion of the Illinois basin. We've been working up there for the last 5 months, and as a result of this work, this prospect has shaken out. Economics work at $40 oil. It's shallow, 1,600 feet, close in, reasonable chance of success. A successful well we anticipate might make about 20,000 barrels. So the economics, as you can see, are pretty attractive. There's room to run on it. Probably, if everything works out, we might have 5 successful wells. But what we're looking for is funding to lease it and to fund the additional geological evaluation of the trend that this little prospect is a part of. So it's not the 100,000 we're looking for is not to drill the prospect. What will happen is we'll get the prospect leased. We'll do the expanded evaluation, and pretty confident that that'll shake out some more prospects, and they will also be a part of what we will turn to the industry participants who end up drilling the thing. And what we'll do is we'll make sure the investors get their money, the lease bank investors will get their money back first, and then my partner John Selby and I will share 50-50 with the investors, whatever we can make as a profit on the sale of the leases. Typically, this will be a small profit on the sale, on the lease costs, and we'll make a little prospect fee, probably $25,000 for each additional prospect that we identify with this expanded evaluation. And then we'll require the drilling of at least one of these test wells, and we'll get a override and a back-in after payout, which we'll share with the investors on every successful well that's drilled. So realistically, the risk of losing all your money is fairly low on this. I mean, I would say really low. There's an excellent chance that you'll have all your money back with a nice little profit if we lease it and get it turned to an industry participant or participants in 6 to 8 months from now. Ultimately, if the drilling is successful, we could have an override in 5 to 10 to 15 wells and a back-in after payout on all those wells, and return on investment of the $100,000 lease bank investors could easily exceed 10 to 1. So we've been wanting to get a drilling fund going and investors in here for a long time, and looking for $2 million on that, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a minute. But this $100,000 lease bank investment may be a good intro for some investors that'll get in and make some money and find out they like working with us. So I have a detailed proposal prepared. I'm not going to talk too much about the details of where this is exactly on the internet, but if you want to contact me and convey your interest, then I'll be glad to get into detail with you on what we're doing in this prospect and this expanded geological evaluation that we want to do up there in Illinois. We're happy to be doing it, and looking forward to making some money for some new investors and ourselves. up there. So as I mentioned earlier, the other thing that we want to raise money for is the drilling fund. And the drilling fund has been a dream of mine for years. I thought I was there 2 years ago when I got this website that you're viewing right now completed and all ready to go. And oil was still at $90 a barrel, but unbeknownst to me, already on its slide down to $45, and even worse with the secondary slide down to 26. Got hurt by that, but as it turns out, we're most of the time since that slide from above 100 down to $26 ultimately has been in the 40s, and we can make money at $40 oil by drilling these conventional straight hole, fairly shallow prospects that we want to do with this drilling fund. The good news about the decline in the oil prices is that the decline in the drilling costs went along with it. And ultimately, the economics of drilling wells is not a whole lot different than it was when the oil was up above $100. Admittedly, it's probably not as attractive because the drilling costs haven't dropped more than 50% as the oil prices have, but still they've dropped enough to where we can find a good, viable prospects where the economics work at $40. And actually, that makes right now a pretty good time to do this type of thing, because the oil price has already declined, and you're not going to get hurt with a lower decline very bad, but you have a very reasonable chance that sometime while you're producing these wells that you drilled very inexpensively, you'll benefit from oil price increase. And so that's why we think that that now would be a good time to get this drilling fund going. We're not the only company that has been out there working slipping the logs and looking at the scout tickets and making maps and looking for a prospect with a $40 oil price. There's others that are out there doing that, and they'll be looking for partners just like our drilling fund. That's the way it's going to work. That drilling fund, this website, as I said earlier, was completely, the whole purpose of it was to attract investors for the drilling fund. So you'll find another video that John and I did a couple years ago in an interview setting that talks a lot about the drilling fund, and you'll find a drop-down tab with detailed information about it as well. So I won't tell you all about it in this video, but I will tell you that John and I are going to be working on this together, and we are highly confident that we can make it work. We're going to look at as many prospects as we can, and we're going to select the 5 best, more or less, depending on how much money we ultimately have. We're going to need at least $2 million to make the drilling fund work, and that's because we need that much to, be somebody that the people that are looking for partners, are going to want somebody that at least has that much to invest before they even mess with them. And also with our concept being the low overhead, managed just by me and John, using an outside accounting firm for our bookkeeping and our reporting. The low overhead translates to better terms for the investor. So we are going to pay for all of the administrative costs of managing this fund out of a 12% management fee, and then we'll just take a 10% interest in each well after it pays out, and the rest of the proceeds and the rest of the money that comes into the drilling fund will be used to drill wells and to buy leases and to complete wells and to um, do all of the the things that you need to do in order to make money prospecting for oil and gas. So it's a really solid concept, and we would love to make it work and make some money for our investors and do this first of many over and over again. So thank you for your interest, and enjoy looking around the rest of the site. And I do hope to hear from some of you that with some interest in one of the two money-raising projects we have going right now. Thank you very much, and have a good day.